Welcome to Shirley Park, home of Athersley Football Club. My name is Goodlad. I'm founder member and obviously manager at first team and secretary at Athersley Recreation Football Club. The club was formed in 1979, progressed through junior leagues to where they are now in semi-professional football. The highest position the club's ever been, and obviously a local estate team that's now playing semi-professional is something that anybody ever thought would happen. We started it in '79. This was Old Edward Union School playing fields. It became derelict in 2001, and our committee decided to put forward to council to see if we could ascertain the league or actually buy it. After a long progress, we did eventually get the ground on a 60-year lease, costing us £28,000, which we duly paid up in instalments. We then set about developing it. From 2003, we've had this ground. It used to be, like I say, an old school field. There was nothing at all when we started, and now we've developed it to a high standard and produced a good community facility. In that steam, we turned ourselves into a charity to be able to do more for the community, and instead of just being a football club, we've now become a community association. We're charity registered with a company limited by guarantee, and also we are hoping to build and extend the facilities that we've already got. This video is to hopefully show people exactly what we've done, how far we've come, and hopefully what we are asking is that anybody that might be interested in getting into volunteering or helping us in a financial way or coaching, please get in contact with us, come down and have a look for yourself, because I'm sure that if you do come, you'll be amazed.
4, 3, 2, 1, you can go.
You need to ask.
What does Athersley Rec mean to you?
What does Athersley Rec mean to me? Well, everything, to be fair. It's my whole life. I've dedicated my life from when I played with Athersley Youth in 1976 and progressed through them from 1979 when me and Alan Richardson sat hands from Sun decided to form this club. We started as Athersley North Juniors, and obviously then when the sports centre was built in Athersley in 1984, they called it Athersley Recreation Football Club, and that's where we got our base. And that name now still belongs to us, and we will keep that name forever, because obviously it's got a good reputation. It's been the most successful amateur club ever in history in local football in Barnsley, and hopefully it will continue to do that. Now, to ask me a question like that, it's my whole life. I've got a good family, unfortunately. I'll say unfortunately, because they've had something to put up with. Like I say, I've dedicated my life. I've just Athersley Rec I'm through and through. I can't see any other thing. I have had approaches from professional clubs at a higher level to see if I'm interested, but there's no way I'd ever leave Athersley Rec. I want to make Athersley Rec into a top team and hopefully get as far as possible. I do washing, I do secretary's work, I manage. I've always worked, but I've always been on touchline where I could have lost my job, because I've always put football club before work. Even when jobs I've had where they've wanted me to change my pattern of shifts and work weekends, I've totally lost no chance. I'm Athersley through and through, and obviously they call me Mr. Athersley, and hopefully I'll continue to do that.
How would you say the community has responded with the club?
Like I said, we wanted to become a community club, and we don't just do football. We're now involved with many strategic local groups, charities, local community. We put events on like Community Bonfire, which was run originally by council. We actually run those events. We have galas, fetes. We work with Driving School Association. We work with National Health Service, PSS. We work with youth organisation, we work with police, probation, job centres. We work with anybody that wants to work with us. And the facility we've got here is a 12-acre site and it's open now for any community group to come and hire us pictures, hire us buildings and use us for anything, and we're wanting to expand, but without further help, because it's become so big, we need that extra help from volunteers and also financial support, which is a big thing. We haven't got the backing of other local teams that have got wealthy people or businesses behind them, because there's just nobody in Athersley or Barnsley that has got that. It's not an affluent area, so we have to do our own fundraising, and with it costing £38,000 a year to run, just to exist, it puts a lot of strain on us to do a lot of fundraising events. We don't manage it, and obviously we get the support of since we went into the semi-professional league, our support has grown. We're averaging a good crowd, with 5th highest crowd attendance in our league. And obviously people are using the bar. We have now generated 9 teams, we used to have 4, we've gone to 9. So more income is coming through the dual section. So we are doing events to raise the money, and we are, at the minute, we're on a good level. We're not under pressure, because in the past we have been under pressure to get that money. And sometimes, I've been pulling my hair out to get that financial backing. But at the minute, all the community has come together, supported all the events that we put on, and it's becoming something in our area since the sports centre was demolished 3 years since, a focal point for everybody, because there's nowhere else for them to go. So if we don't put things on, the estate have nothing to do. There used to be 8 pubs on this estate. There's now 2, and one's shutting down in the next 3 weeks. So there'll be 1 pub or club in Athersley, which puts a strain on. It's the biggest council estate in South Yorkshire, housing estate. So even more pressure. So because there's nowhere for them to go. So we are now being looked upon as a proper community facility, and obviously, when we come to talking about developing it, that is what we need to do to give the people in our community what they want.
What is the future of Athersley?
The future of Athersley is to maintain the standard of football that we're actually in at the moment, in semi-professional, and allow us youth policy to work. Obviously we've got a lot of youth teams, as we've gone from 4 to 9 this season, and we want to develop that and maintain the standard that we're at through our youth policy. We've got to be realistic. We cannot progress as fast as other teams, because we haven't got that financial backing at the moment, and that's where we need the community to come together and hopefully reach our 6th part of our business plan. We started our plan in 2013 when we got the ground, and we've completed 5 stages. Our last stage is to build a community house with function rooms, etc., which is going to cost roughly about 650,000. Now that means that it's a lot of money that we've got to get, but once we get that, the site will be a fully fledged community facility. We have got facilities at the minute, and they're adequate, and they do a good job, but they're not something that we can throw out to the community and bring people in through functions, hiring the place out to local businesses, groups. They might want a conference. There's no facilities on Athersley for that, and that's what we want to achieve, so we can become sustainable with the money that we raise through the function room. Developing site, there's just a few other little bits and bobs which we try and develop as we go along, and the money that we get is reinvested into this facility. It don't go out on paying players or anything like that a lot of other clubs are paying silly money. We like to invest it back into our own facility and make it better for the community. Hopefully, which I thought would happen, this is my 38th year at doing the job, and I thought it would get easier, but unfortunately it gets a lot harder because of the size of the complex and the facilities that we've got. It does get harder charity run. Hopefully I want to try and take a back seat. So the management side of the club, I'm looking for people to come in and do that, where I can just sit back and oversee everything as a general manager and make sure everything runs to our standard. We want to keep interest here, so we've got a lot of opportunities where we want people to come in. So part of the plan is to involve more volunteers, get more people coming to watch, get more families involved, try and get a kids park as well, that's the main thing, so that we can have family events and get the kids down where they can come and relax. It is a very secure site, so they can come down, let the kids play and enjoy the facilities that we've got. And I'm hoping, my main aim is that the community will carry it on when all happens to me, so it becomes a long-term future for community in Athersley.